clearly, they also linked in this latest article to your video and said it's made up. Those aren't cops. Those are them.
Oh, right. Yeah,
sounds like they're working for them. Sounds like the anarchists, in this case, are working for them.
Well, people don't even believe this stuff is real, but it is real, and that's what people need to realize, is that this stuff is happening, and it wasn't staged. Like, stuff is crazy was out here, and it is for real happening.
Yeah, they thought people were telling us it was fake, that the men in uniforms weren't grabbing kids off the street. Now the G20 admits it. I mean, folks, there is video of old women coming out of shops being attacked by police dogs. This really happened. Stay there, Mr. Feidt.
Thank you.
We've got to defend this republic, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking to Dan Feidt. Dan, fire out any websites where folks can see your powerful video and the different news reports you've been posting.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with Twin Cities Indie Media, so you can check that out at tc.indymmedia.org. Our local indie media chapter, which has been terrific, they're great people, is at indiepgh.org, and my personal website is hongpong.com.
All right, let me throw this at you, and then I want to talk about the provocateur cops. Clearly, cops have seen it over and over again. It's been admitted in other cities. This is not our opinion. The anarchists always do this straw man. If you criticize any of the violence, if you criticize cops dressed up like anarchists, if you hold up Denver Post admitting it and the police admitting it, they say it doesn't exist and we're liars. They then are now attacking your video and our article saying those aren't cops. That means they've got to be cops or something, even though I'm giving them benefit of the doubt and saying they're not all cops, if they're knowingly deceiving and attacking your video.
Sure. Well, I guess what I would say is that, you got to have a balanced look at and a good sensibility of this. Like, if you're out at the demonstration, there are certain people that just don't look right. There are young kids that get up in the black bloc, and it's like they were not organized.
But you've always got big, giant, muscled cops. They put the tough guys in. And they're always wearing the same thing. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, they always look wrong. They always just physically look wrong in every way. They're always too old and too big looking. And the thing is, like, you can interact with someone who is in a black bloc and they act kind of normal, but when you challenge someone who's an undercover, they act really weird. And I just want to say, like, that's what our group has been doing, is using tactical media to confront these people, get them out of marches so that they
I want to talk about that, but at the Fortune 500 here in Austin in '99, I came over and confronted them, and cops ran across the street in uniform and said, leave our officers alone, and they pulled them out and put more in.
Right. Yeah, and so basically, what the only thing you can do to defend people's constitutional freedoms and right of assembly is to just monitor things, like challenge these guys that are up in this stuff, and that applies as much at the organizational level of protesting as it does out on the streets. But
tell us briefly.
You can't push back.
I'll have you back on because you're a great guest, but we're out of time. Briefly, tell me about the provocateurs this time and the cops breaking people's cameras in this video.
Yeah, sure. I mean, basically, like, it was just one of those things. Like, the cops were definitely willing to break people's cameras upon when they were getting arrested. In this particular video, before our camera guy got there, they broke off someone else's lens. There were always just, weird guys kind of hanging around on the edges of marches, especially in the back and that kind of thing. So you just got to mobilize people to have full, situational awareness of what's going on, because these people don't seem organic. Like, you can tell that something's wrong with them, and then you just have to, everyone has to work together and peacefully, defend our constitutional rights and expose them and get them out of there, because there's enough, like, uniformed police around to look after the safety or whatever. There's no reason for all these undercovers to infest everything all the darn time.
Well, they're not very good undercovers. Their eyes are always jacked up.
They never are. That's the other thing. They always look wrong, and I don't understand why they can't, like, I don't know.
Well, no, they're afraid.
I don't know.
I mean, these guys are like a cat when it puffs up or a dog when it puffs up. Their eyes are all crazed. They're in, I mean, that's weird.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and the thing is also, people need to realize all this intimidation, all these tactics, like, it's what they call security theater. It's a lot of bluster. It's a lot of dudes, like, marching around looking tough. And
that's why they beat on their armor with the billy clubs.
Yes, absolutely. That was amazing, and that's the exact kind of, like, group psychology that, and elite deviants, really, when they are really all anonymized like that, when they feel they can act as a mob themselves, that's when our Constitution is
they're
suppressed.
the ones really being psychologically manipulated. Dan Feidt, thank you so much.